flood-aware country for quite some time. And we have a project there we call Smarter Levees, taking sensors and instruments and cameras all around a levee. And the work now is to intentionally fail these levees so that you can see what type of data comes in as the levee fails. The goal then is to turn that into some sort of predictive tool that then warns of impending levee failure. And it turns out that there are a combination of pressure, moisture, and some camera signals. You can actually get a 24, 36-hour warning of impending levee failure. So we're trying to package that into a solution and obviously sell it to the appropriate authorities when needed. I talked briefly about smarter weather management. There are several tools out there. We have developed some capability to do very high-resolution weather forecasting, and it impacts a lot of things. For example, right now, in my home there's a storm brewing, and I know that we provide services to our local electric utility that they use to plan how they're going to do field service. So they know with 72 hours notice, down to the 1 kilometer resolution, what type of outages they're going to see. So it's basically the weather tool is feeding into an outage predictive tool. So they know that in the northern part of the county, it's going to have this many outages, southern part of the county, it's going to have this many outages. So they can deploy crews more efficiently. They can start to get the snow plows out. And it's saving them actually a lot of money just by being better prepared. Now think of that same type of technology applied to the water industry. I talked about how you could tell where perhaps runoff scenarios may impact water quality. It could also impact floods and storm water. So there's a lot of usage for the ability to have a better weather prediction tool on water. I already talked kind of about water and energy metering and asset management, so let me just skip through some of those. But actually, let me spend just a few seconds on the Malta case, because Malta is an island. They're very focused on both water and energy. So this water energy nexus is really staring at them in the face. They have their natural sources of water are getting depleted. They do have some desal plants, which is very energy intensive. And their energy utilization rates are going up because of the desal, but also just because of the natural source of energy they have. They don't have any natural, it's nuclear power. And so they're concerned with every gallon of water that gets used and every kilowatt of energy that gets used. And so by having a real model of demand, both water and energy, they can start to make better decisions and manage the island as a whole in terms of the water and energy utilization. Start to have trade-offs between how much water they generate through desal and how much energy they generate through nuclear. I talked a little bit about how we're helping other companies. We've developed a methodology we call Green Sigma. Basically, this is a derivative of Lean Six Sigma methodologies to help companies do better parameter estimation and allow you to really get a deep down understanding of which parts of your process are impacting certain performance indicators, whether it's the process that generates a certain amount of water, a process that actually treats the water, a process that distributes the water. And so we've been deploying this methodology both internally within IBM to reduce water usage in some of our plants, in some cases by up to 30%, but also with very interested in working, we've got interest in working with other food and beverage companies, other semiconductor companies, even oil companies who are trying to get a better view of what parameters actually are impacted by water usage and how to, do you want to crank down the water usage and the energy usage, what's the methodologies to do that. So because we're a global company, what we've been able to do is leverage the expertise and the challenges that exist in local regions. So we've developed what we call these centers of excellence, which is a combination of IBM working with some of our partners in these regions to solve a challenge. So in the Netherlands, we have a center of excellence focused on flood management. In Ireland, we have a center of excellence focused on coastal and marine management. And in France, we established now a center of excellence focused on using high-performance computing to improve the resolution of some of these water models. because we have a high-performance computing expertise in our France site there. And so the goal is to develop these solutions locally, but then replicate them globally in some of our other sites and customers around the world. So let me just stop there and say that we're relatively new to this industry. We don't have a lot of water SMEs at IBM. That's why we have to work very closely with many partners. But we think that some of the technology that we have, some of the analytics we see out there that we're developing in-house can really help turn this into a smarter water management. And before I close, let me also show you another video just to show that we're not all just stick in the mud at IBM. We actually like to have fun too. And this is a couple of my teammates up in our Vermont site who are using this as an opportunity to also educate the broader community, including high school children, about the need for better water management.